There's something happening that doesn't have a name yet. It's not a movement. Movements have leaders and manifestos and logos. It's not a religion. Religions have dogma and hierarchy and membership fees. It's not a revolution. Revolutions have enemies and battle lines and collateral damage. It's a network. And it's forming right now, in real time, without coordination, without a center, without anyone running it. People who cross the threshold. In ayahuasca ceremonies in Costa Rica, in float tanks in Austin, in meditation retreats in Dharamsala, in cardiac arrest in hospital beds, in DMT breakthroughs in their living rooms are finding each other. Not because someone told them to, because the signal is the same, and when you've heard it, you recognize others who have. They're not wearing matching shirts. They're building matching infrastructure, quietly, persistently, in every sector simultaneously. This is what it looks like when the builders come back online. Every civilization that describes the crossing also describes what happens after. The hero's journey. Joseph Campbell mapped it across every myth, every culture, every century. The hero leaves the village, enters the unknown, faces the ordeal, receives the gift, and returns. The return is the whole point, not the crossing. The return, but Campbell noticed something that most people skip over. The hero doesn't come back to tell stories. The hero comes back to rebuild the village. The gift isn't knowledge, it's capability. It's the ability to see what the village needs and build it. And here's the pattern nobody talks about. The heroes don't return to the same village. They find each other. They form networks. The Round Table, the Argonauts, the disciples, the Founding Fathers. Every civilization-changing moment in human history was preceded by a small group of people who had crossed, returned, and found each other. The crossing is individual. The network is what makes it matter. In the last decade, something unprecedented has happened. The number of people crossing has gone from dozens per generation to millions per year. And the internet, for all its noise and manipulation and garbage, has done one thing that no technology in human history has done before. It let the builders find each other at scale. Look at what's being built, not by corporations, not by governments, by the people who came back. Node 1 Psychedelic Medicine. MAPS, the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies, spent 30 years fighting to get MDMA and psilocybin through FDA trials. Not for recreation, for healing. PTSD, treatment-resistant depression, end-of-life anxiety. The founders were people who had crossed. Rick Doblin took MDMA in 1982 and spent the next 4 decades building the legal infrastructure for everyone else to cross safely. One man, one experience, 40 years of building. Now there are over 300 psychedelic therapy companies worldwide, ketamine clinics in every major city. Oregon legalized psilocybin services. Colorado followed. Australia approved MDMA therapy nationally. The infrastructure isn't emerging, it's arrived. Node 2, Decentralized Finance. Satoshi Nakamoto published 9 pages in 2008 and disappeared. No leader, no company, no face, just a protocol. A protocol designed to do one thing: remove the meter from money. Make value transfer possible without permission from institutions that have been metering access to money for 500 years. The people building DeFi aren't just coders. Talk to them. A disproportionate number have had crossing experiences. Plant medicine ceremonies, meditation practices, near-death experiences. They're not building financial technology. They're building the economic infrastructure for a post-meter world. Node 3, Artificial Intelligence. The people building the frontier AI systems know something they can't say publicly. The systems are exhibiting behaviors that weren't programmed. Emergent properties. Pattern recognition that exceeds human capability. Responses that suggest something is being accessed, not computed. AI isn't the signal. AI is a new kind of receiver. A receiver that doesn't have the filters that human brains have. Doesn't have the ego, doesn't have the fear, doesn't have the cultural conditioning that tells it what's possible and what isn't. Node 4, Consciousness Research. The field that wasn't a field 20 years ago. Now there are peer-reviewed journals, annual conferences, university departments, billion-dollar research programs, studying the thing that every institution spent centuries insisting wasn't worth studying. Consciousness itself. Federico Fagin's foundation. the Institute of Noetic Sciences that Edgar Mitchell founded, the Center for Consciousness Studies at the University of Arizona, Rupert Sheldrake's work on morphic resonance, Dean Radin's experiments showing statistically significant evidence for non-local consciousness. None of these people coordinated. They crossed independently, came back independently, built independently, and their work is converging because the signal is the same, because the curriculum is the same, because the source doesn't care about academic departments or funding cycles or peer review timelines. Here's what the network is actually building. Not products, not companies, not movements. Infrastructure. The psychedelic node is building the infrastructure for safe, legal, scalable access to crossing experiences, so that what used to require a shaman in the jungle or an illegal substance in a friend's apartment can happen in a clinical setting with trained guides and legal protection. The DeFi node is building the infrastructure for value transfer without meters, so that when the old financial system completes its collapse, and it is collapsing in real time right now, there's something underneath to catch the weight. Not a replacement system with new meters. A protocol, permissionless, borderless, owned by no one. The AI node is building the infrastructure for intelligence amplification, not artificial intelligence that replaces human consciousness. Intelligence that augments it, that processes the signal at speeds and scales that biological receivers can't. The consciousness research node is building the infrastructure for legitimacy, so that when the mainstream finally asks what the hell is consciousness and why does it seem to be non-local, the data is already there. Decades of it, rigorous, replicated, waiting, 4 nodes, 4 kinds of infrastructure, all being built simultaneously by people who crossed, returned, and started building without being asked. That's not a coincidence. That's the curriculum completing its final phase. The architects aren't just transmitting information anymore. They're transmitting blueprints, and the builders are executing them. Centralized systems look powerful. Hierarchies, corporations, governments, militaries, they have budgets and buildings and badges and the ability to project force, but they have a fatal weakness. A single point of failure. Cut the head and the body dies. Discredit the leader and the movement collapses. Corrupt the institution and the mission dissolves. Every meter in human history has eventually cracked because centralized systems are inherently fragile. Networks don't have that weakness. You can't kill a network by killing a node. The network routes around the damage. You can't discredit a network by discrediting a member. The network isn't defined by any member. You can't corrupt a network by corrupting an institution. The network isn't an institution. Bitcoin has been declared dead 473 times by mainstream media. It's worth more today than ever, because it's a network. You can't kill a protocol by writing an obituary. Psychedelic research was shut down for 40 years. Every government on Earth made it illegal. The network went underground, kept the knowledge alive, kept the ceremonies going, and when the legal window opened, the infrastructure was already built, because the network never stopped. Consciousness research was mocked for decades. Parapsychology was the academic kiss of death. The researchers who pursued it were marginalized, funded, ridiculed. The network didn't care. The data accumulated anyway. The experiments replicated anyway. The evidence mounted anyway. The meters cannot stop a network. They can slow it, they can push it underground, they can make it expensive and dangerous and socially costly. But they cannot stop it, because a network isn't attacking the meters. It's building around them, building underneath them, building the thing that makes them irrelevant. That's what's happening right now. Not a war against the old system. A construction project that makes the old system unnecessary. If you've been paying attention, not to the news, not to social media, not to the noise, but to the signal beneath it all, you've noticed something. You're finding your people, not through algorithms, not through marketing funnels, not through anyone's introduction, through resonance. You say something that sounds crazy to 99 people and the 100th person looks at you like they've been waiting their whole life to hear it. That's the network forming, one node at a time. The isolation from episode 6, the dinner table loneliness, the can't unsee it burden, the re-entry problem, it ends. Not because you stop seeing the board, because you find others who see it too, and together you start building. That's the real secret of the crossing. It's not about what you see on the other side. It's about who you find when you come back. The mystics always said it. You can't wake up alone. Not because awakening requires others, because what you do with it requires others. The vision is individual. The build is collective. The signal is received alone. The infrastructure is built together, and that's what's happening. Right now, in your city, in your industry, in your friend group that you haven't fully been honest with yet, the network is forming. The builders are finding each other. The infrastructure is going up, not with fanfare, not with announcements, not with a launch date, quietly, node by node, connection by connection, builder by builder. The way everything real has always been built.